Welcome to another episode of the Codersart, and this series of episode we are going to talk about Python hands-on. In this series we will talk about the different practices or exercises on Python different concept and the modules. Okay, so in this tutorial we are going to talk about, or this video basically we are going to talk about variables on the data type. So we are going to do some hands-on on Python variables and the data type along with the practice or hands-on. We will learn some basic conceptual and more related to the practical. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, the main objective of this video or this series is to understand and the practice of using variables and different data type in the Python. Okay, so I have already listed some of the questions or some of the exercises we are going to do, like first we will do introduction to variables, like creating the variables. There will be basic data type, whether like numbers, string, booleans, what are the different data types. Type functions, what is use of if need to conversion from one data type to another data type. Type conversions, type function, type conversion, and some challenging exercises. More specifically, it will be targeted to learn what are the essential concept or some little bit advanced concept somehow you needed Python variables on data type. Okay, so in first video, in today's video, we are going to understand first. We are going to create first we are going to learn how to create variables. Okay, so you can see the first exercises. Let's expand this one so that it will be easier to see or focus. So in the first exercises we are going to discuss, like first we are going to discuss introduction to variables. Okay, so variables is nothing like a container that stores some data, or in Python you don't need to declare a variables type ahead of time, as language are dynamically typed. So whenever you needed the variables, so that time you can create the variables. So what is meaning of that? Okay, so let's first doing practice, or we are going to write the code, then we'll do that rest of thing. Okay, so I am using the Python default ideally. Okay, idle. So I think you are already aware, so you can use any ID, that is not any concern. So I'm just using the basic, the already provided. So first I'm going to create so what are the program of today? So let's first the basic one, like we have to create some variables and store some value. Okay, so store in the comment, so it will be like this. Okay, so let's save it. Okay, I'm going to save somewhere. Okay, and give the exe1 dot py will be automatically. Okay, so I'm just going to save it. Okay, so this is our program. Okay, we are going to create one variables and going to store the value. So create a variables, name greetings, and assign the string hello world to it. Okay, so just creating variables in Python. Okay, I don't think this is why this is saying we are able to see red. Okay, because this is a correct syntax for commenting. Okay, so it will be work later. So let's create some variables. So I'm going to create variables name greeting. Okay, and so this is our first point, like create a variables. So we have created one variables, and then we are going to assign this value. Okay, so and this value is string. So or if everything inside single quote or double quote is considered as a string, or we can define a string within double quote or single quote. So I'm using double quote. Okay, so let's use some greeting. Okay, so and assign the greetings, that is fine. Okay, and then after what we have to do, we have to print this one. So it will be just like getting the message and printing. This is simple. So just we have to call the variables. So whenever you have to use variables, just you have to give these variables, and this variables name or any variables in Python, that should not be considered in double quote or single quote, right? So that is the only the point to have, we have to take care. Okay, so if you are constantly writing anything double quotes, it will treat it as separate this is separate a string. Okay, so it will be a static string, it will not variables. Okay, so but we are going to display the value that is assigned at this variable, not this one, because this is a constant value. and inside double quote or single quote we are using, so we are not uh, you know directing or using this one. So that is the concern. Okay, so this is not correct one, so just we are going to remove, so because we have to call these variables. Okay, so let's run it. So you can see this is our message on program is executed successfully. If we want to store some value, greeting, or it's also like, you know, okay, sorry, I think we have made some mistake. Okay, it was not like that. So create a variable's name greeting, so this was already created, and assign the string hello world. Okay, so this was the things. Okay, so you can assign anything, you can from as a by mistake I made this one, but still this is correct one. Okay, because you can give this one like variables name, and string can be same, even the same string can be there, but make sure this is a string and that should be inside double quote, so that is value and this is variables name. Okay, so but let's run it. So save it. Okay, so you can see there is no any difference. There no difference, there is no any error. I'm just trying to say that one. Okay, but in our case, according to this program, we have to store variables on greeting variables. We have to store this hello world. Okay, so let's write hello comma and world. Okay, so that's fine. So I think this is correct. You can recheck, like create a variables named greeting, so this is greeting variables name, and assign the string using assign the string hello world to it. Okay, so hello world string we have assigned to this variable. So with the help of equal to sign, we can assign any value. Okay, so just like normal math. Let's run it. So you can see this is our output. Okay, so this is the very first program. Okay, so in the next program, what we are going to do, in next program we are going to see what are the different data type we can create. So this, for current video only I have explained how to create any variables. So how we can create variables. So left hand side, give any variables name, and with the help of equal to sign, okay, you can store some value to it. So value might be anything. Okay, if you want to store some string, so string should be inside double quote. If you want to store some digits or anything like that, it will like that. Okay, or if you want to assign any true or false value, okay, so it will like that. So but the left hand side should be variables name, and right hand side after equal we have to give some value. Okay, so that is one important point, how to create variables. Okay, it's not like that, you know. I'm just going to show, if you are going to like that, okay, like this, like sign equal to greeting. Okay, but this is not correct one. Okay, because variables name should be left hand side and value should be assigned right hand side, but this is a wrong one. But let's, just for your purpose or your understanding, I'm going to run it and so what will the error. Okay, so you can see literal value means any constant value cannot have some variables name or some unassigned value. Okay, it's like that. So this is not correct one. So this is the value, and the value should be right hand side of the variables name with the help of equal to sign. So this is called assignment operator, we can say. Okay, equal to is assignment operator in Python to assign some value. Okay, so again our program will executed successfully. Yeah, this is correct one. So similarly you can write any string, that is not any concern. Okay, so this is the very simple program, or we can say when you are getting started with the Python, so this is a very first program to understand how we can create variables. Okay, so let's meet in another one. In next video we will try to understand what are the different data type we can create and print this one. Okay, so that's all for today. Let's meet in another one.